Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, Friday evening, if you will. Welcome to the Mamapreneur podcast. My name is Robin. I am your amazing and fabulous hostess with the mostest. And tonight's episode is episode 98 of the Mom. And I am so extremely grateful that you guys took time to be with us tonight. And we have just an amazing lineup. I like to call it three chicks and a dude. Just prepare yourself for the dudepreneur. I think you guys are gonna like them. And my ladies that are on tonight as well. So before you guys get to see any of them, I have a few housekeeping rules for the audience. So, first, go ahead and click that share button, whether you're watching us right now on LinkedIn, if you're watching us on Facebook, or if you're watching us on YouTube. Go ahead and share tonight's live broadcast. You never know who this episode may bless. So, share. I always do little giveaways for my people. You must share to you even be included into the drawing, okay? So that's that. Next, if you are a business owner in the chat, go ahead, let me know in the chat what is your business. Give us your social media handle, give us, your website. If you know me, you know I love all things networking, but no one's going to know what you do until you talk about it. So tell someone, post in the chat. You never know who may need your services today. So post that in the chat for me. Okay. And lastly, let us know where you're tuning in. So I already got the entrepreneur part. Let us know where you're tuning from in the chat. The Mamapreneur podcast has been very blessed that we get people that watch from all over the world. So let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. And I want to see, I just want to see where everybody's from. Okay. All right. So, as per usual, I like to give her flowers. And her name is Kesha Kesh, CEO of Power Team, who has always been my right-hand gal in the background. We doing it again, baby. We're almost to 100 episodes, girl. Yes. So episode 98. Let's get this party started. So this is an engaging show. So yes, you're going to hear from some amazing people, and you're going to like me because it's me. Okay. And that's great. But we want you in the audience to engage and talk to us in the chat. So if you have a question for any one of my guests or a question for myself, make sure you type it in the chat so we can answer it live. All right. If you are feeling something that we're saying, the hallelujah corner, type that in the chat too, child. You agree with what we're saying, a yes, whatever that may be. Okay. Type that in the chat. All right. All right. So, first things first, few announcements. Of all things, Mamapreneur, it wouldn't be myself if I didn't have some announcements for you people. All right. So, first things first, have you subscribed to the Mamapreneur podcast YouTube channel? You should. So, if you're watching me right now on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribed and press that good old button. It's really quick, okay? Click, and you just press subscribe. Now, if you're watching us on any other platform, when the show is over, please go over to the Mamapreneur podcast YouTube channel and tune and go ahead and watch the replay again if you like, and go ahead and press subscribe for us, okay? All right. Please and thanks. All right. Okay, so next, for my business owners, you don't have the capacity to come onto a live stream and you want your business out there for people to still know about. I offer a package where I get to promote businesses during a live episode of the Mamapreneur podcast. So if you want to know more, shoot me a DM at Mamapreneur podcast so I can set up time to provide more details on what that looks like. So still giving your brand exposure without you physically being an in-studio guest. So more with that, just send me a DM, or if you know me personally, text me, call me, and then I can provide more information on what that looks like. And hey, you never know, your business may be spotlighted on this show, and you off doing other things. Okay. So the she means business packages. So get with me if you have more questions there. All right. Next, now booking for in-studio spots for 2026 for the Mamapreneur podcast. So if you're a woman-owned business anywhere in the world, you're serious about getting your brand out there, you're serious about investing in yourself as an entrepreneur, because we must invest in ourselves as entrepreneurs. Currently booking for March 2026 through the end of 2026. I'm going to go ahead and say this because I talk to many people daily. I talk to anywhere from 5 to 15 people a day. Spots be filling up like hotcakes, okay? Again, I have a joke on, treat this show like Ross. If you go to Ross and you walk in and you get one thing and you see that skirt you like, we got Kevin on today. You see that tie you want, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna come back Friday when I get paid. And when you go back Friday, when you get paid, guess what? That skirt, that tie, whatever is gone. We're gonna treat the Mamapreneur podcast guest spots just as such, because people are even come onto the show. So we are very blessed. This show is almost old, so the name is getting out there, honey. So if you want to ride this wave, you gotta book call me today, honey, because spots are filling up. We're booking again March 2026 through the end of 2026. So I joke with the Ross thing, but I'm so serious. So come join us. Come join us in the fun. Come do what these people are doing tonight, showcasing their businesses on a global scale. And I get to make them laugh in the process. It's great. Just saying. All right. So that's that. And it wouldn't be nothing Mamapreneur if I didn't have events going. November busy. We got tons galore before the holidays. So plenty of opportunities, virtual and in person. So first one, November 3rd, it is the webinar. As you know, I host webinars every month. And so one is a hot topic that people ask me a lot of questions on. So I was like, you know what? We're going to do a webinar. What is that webinar called? Girl, host that event webinar. What that means is I'm going to provide 3 good old tips how you can start hosting your events today. Okay. Don't take a lot to do. All you got to do is execute and have a plan. Okay. And so I'll be hosting that November 3rd. Registration is required. I do provide gifts. Any event you come to for Mamapreneur, you're going to get a gift, whether that's in person or virtually. November 3rd, 7 p.m. Central Time. Next, the next 3 are all in person. The Mamapreneur Brunch, which is always every month. I am hosting the Denim and Pearls Brunch November 9th in the Dallas area. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, come get cute in your denim. Come get cute in your pearls. Come get in the room. True connection happens when you are in the room. Come meet some ladies, build some authentic connections and community. Registration is required for that. Link is posted on screen. November 9th, Mamapreneur Brunch. Next is for my real estate professionals. real estate, whether it's commercial, residential, you're in insurance, you're in financial services, you can be a stager, you could be a notary, transaction coordinator. The Keys to Connection Coffee and Kicks event is going to happen in Fort Worth, Texas, hosted by myself and my friend Misha Miller. And we like to get real estate professionals in the room. This is something we host quarterly. So an event that you don't want to miss. So real estate pros, come join us November 15th in Fort Worth, Texas. All right. And come dressed casual. Most real estate functions, you suited and booted. This, put on some tennis shoes and walk out the door and come have some coffee and some treats and make you some connections and maybe close some deals at the same time. Amen. You know, we go to these networking events. We trying to get some things pumping and jumping. Okay. In this case, close some deals. All right. So lastly is an event that I hosted last year with my good friend Sharice Reed. Now we've added Danielle Johnson. It is the second annual Mingle and Motivate Networking Mixer, Frisco, Texas, November 22nd. Power moves from idea to implementation. Get in the room, ladies. November 22nd. It's going to be amazing. Right off the bat, we did a live the other day. I'm excited because of who our caterer is going. And so we're not going to have that baby shower food. No shade against baby shower food. It's just a joke because this guy, you should be full when you leave. Full mentally, physically as well. And walk away with some genuine connections in the process. So Mingle and Motivate, November 22nd. Early bird specials just ended, but there are tickets still available. Come join us and be in the room. All right. All right. I know I just gave y'all a lot of information. Don't forget to share the live and let us know where you're tuning in from. Yes. And if you have a business, post your business info in the chat. And again, make sure that you're engaging with us in the audience. So right off the bat, I would like to start us off a segment I have called the Coach's Corner. So I got two amazing coaches that are about to be on your screen in just a minute. So I'm going to introduce our first coach. Let's get ready for the sound effects tonight, thanks to Kesha. So our first is Nakia Fleming, founder of the Wild Style Lifestyle Coaching and a certified lifestyle and wellness coach dedicated to helping women navigate life's transitions. I'm about to say transactions. Fix it, Jesus. With confidence and clarity. With over 20 years of experience as a nurse, Nakia has caring for others and now is extending that care beyond the bedside to empower women to prioritize their well-being and personal growth. Through her signature program, Nakia guides women in cultivating balance and harmony across 6 primary areas of life. Passionate about building a community of empowered women, she is on a mission to inspire a movement of generational health, healing, and legacy. You better say that, Nakia. My friend, my boo, Nakia Fleming. Woo! Whenever she come up. Where Nakia at? You bring her up. There she goes. So that's Nakia Fleming.
Good evening.
Beautiful. So that's our first coach. All right. So don't say nothing just yet, Nakia. All right. Next victim. No, just kidding. Her name is Dr. Melissa Fisher. She is a certified life coach and educator, over 2 decades of experience and a PhD in education. As the founder of Dr. MF Coaching, she is dedicated to empowering parents, especially mothers, to feel confident, capable, and balanced in both parenting and in life. Melissa creates a supportive and transformative space where her clients feel seen, heard, and encouraged to grow. Her coaching philosophy is grounded in the belief that every individual possesses the power to lead with purpose and authenticity. Why I can't talk tonight, I don't know. Through her work, Melissa helps clients build confidence, cultivate clarity, and embrace their true potential, whether at home, at work, or in the world. Welcome, Dr. Melissa
Thank you.
Fisher, and McCain. Hi, ladies. Oh my gosh. I am glad that you both are here. I felt like we booked this many moons ago. And when I realized I had two fabulous coaches on, I was like, dude, they gonna be together. This is gonna be great. So right off the bat, Nakia, I know I gave a little brief overview of who you are, but tell everyone a little bit about you and what made you decide. Yes, you have a passion for women and empowering women, but what was that determining factor? Like, all right, I'm ready to start this as a business and take it further.
What started it was my own self discovery journey about 10 years ago when I just was walking through different transitions and I had to look for the information outside of my immediate community. And as I was contemplating what was next in my life, as I was transitioning through many seasons, I decided that I was looking for a way to help women away from the bedside. How can I help them if I'm not just a nurse? And so I naturally started sharing my journey with some of my coworkers and some of my friends. And then it just kind of organically spiraled into a business. So
Love it. Love it. And I love that what you do in your community and how you inspire your community. I get to see some of the lives that
thank you.
you do. And I just think that you're doing amazing. And so just very proud of you. Want to give you those flowers, Nakia.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right, Dr. Coach Melissa, PhD, DDS, MD. Tell the people your why. Why, Melissa?
Hi. Well, first, Robin, my initials are MF. I had to use them, you know?
I know it. I love it.
I've been an educator.
Get ready for the sound effects, Melissa. I know. Go
I
ahead.
love it. I feel like I'm at a party. Being an educator, I've been dedicated to supporting others in achieving their goals. And once I became a mom, I realized my true passion is supporting other women reach their potential. What I do that brings me the most pride and joy is serving women, holding space for them to decide how they can make empowered choices.
Awesome. Awesome. So, ladies, I have a few round table discussions, round pun intended, for you ladies in our coaches corner today. So, biggest aha moment that has transformed your career today, to date. Biggest aha moment.
There are so many women who need and want support and don't know where to get it. We're walking the same journey, just in different fashions, and we all really need support and we're all looking for community. It just looks very different how we're looking for it.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. I love that you went and started yours. You started your community. It's building, it's growing, and it's transforming lives. Same for you, Melissa.
For me, I realized my biggest aha moment when I realized I was holding myself back. I wanted to venture into the coaching world.
Okay.
And I said to myself, how could I do this? I have, kids, I have a family, I fill in the blank for whatever. And then I realized it was my fear in myself holding myself back. And once I realized that I had nothing to fear, I decided I'm going to go for it.
Absolutely. And you're doing it, girl.
Here I am.
You're doing it. I love it. I love it. So, you ladies and what you do, you are motivating and influencing others. Who keeps you motivated? Who is an influence on your life and business?
Watching other women entrepreneurs like yourself and other people that I've networked with, just knowing that they started from the beginning as well. They are raising families. They started with fear. They weren't really sure about how to do it. And it definitely motivates me to keep going. And I know that it's a need. I know that I'm serving somebody
Yeah,
else when I share my coaching.
absolutely. And sometimes timing is everything. Even for myself, with me coaching people with their podcast, it's an ebb and flow of it all. So, some people you run into and it's a yes on the spot, like yeah. And then there's others you run into, timing,
Mhm.
and you just come back to those people, and then maybe later on down the line, it may be just that, which is the right time. And then, but they still kind of, you're still nurturing those people. And that's what I really feel with what both of you do is still a form of nurturing. What about you, Dr. Melissa?
So one thing I do is when I go out into the world, every person I meet, I try to, whether it's at the grocery store or my child's teacher or whomever it might be, interact with that person with that nurturing compassion that I would love for someone to share with me. And so I think similar to what we're really all trying to make the world a better place in our communities,
Yeah.
enhancing the love, empathy, and kindness in our communities, and being driven by that.
Your
I love
personality
that.
alone, Dr. Melissa, they should just love you just from the door. Just, your
Thank you.
just from the door. You was about to say something, Nikki?
No, I just was saying, I love that. I love that she pours into people every time she sees somebody. That's awesome.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Nakia, let everyone know who do you serve? Who is your target audience? Because you never know who's what right now. Same for you, Dr. Melissa. Same question. Target audience.
My primary audience is women between the ages of 30 and 50 who are going through life transitions, whether it's waking up and having an aha moment and you're starting a new self-discovery journey, you're an empty nester, or you're making a career change. If you find yourself in a space where you're really questioning how to take care of yourself after you've been taking care of everyone else, that is my target audience. Not that I
Okay.
don't serve younger women or older women, but that's really the group, the demographic that seems to be needing the coaching the most.
And they can be anywhere. They don't have to be just in DFW. They can be anywhere.
They can be anywhere. I see clients in person and virtually. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. I
Okay.
also have a private Facebook group. And again, back to nurturing women. Even if you don't feel like you're ready for coaching, it's a community that I want women to come into and kind of not air your grievances, but if you have questions, if you have concerns, if there's something that you want support with, I want that to be a safe space as well.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Dr. MF, what about you? Overlook me. Go ahead.
No, we're having a good time. My target audience or clients, very similar, is serving parents, especially moms who have moved into a new life, right? Now you're responsible for dependents.
Mhm.
And how do you define your identity? How do you continue or refine or redefine your self care? And how do you make empowered choices? Most parents, especially moms, will eat whatever's left over. Yesterday, working with a mom, her deciding what she wanted to eat was a really hard question to answer.
Bless her heart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's real.
Yeah.
So empowering parents to make choices for them.
Okay. Same question for you. Do they have to be in your neck of the woods, or they can be anywhere? Okay. I asked that question for a reason, because you never know who may be watching right now, and something you said resonated, and they'd be like, okay, now what's their information? I want to talk to Nikia today. I want to talk to Melissa today. I want to know what MF means. Let me talk to her real quick. Overlook me, Melissa. They're going to keep coming as the time goes on. Okay.
I love it. Please.
Right. So, what drives you guys to show up on those tough days? Nothing's happening. Life is lifing, but you still have to be there for those clients. What's that determining factor to keep you going?
For me, it's my desire of service. Even if I'm having a tough day, someone else may really need whatever I have to talk about. They may really need a word of encouragement. They may really need a safe space. And I've learned also that being able to focus on somebody else really does kind of minimize and soothe my soul a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of, I get to win either way. So.
Okay, Melissa.
Very similar. Before I start a session, I go into my office and I have a little ritual where I sit down, I read through my notes from previous. So I really get myself physically and mentally into a headspace where I'm ready to listen at a deep level and hold space for the client that's often virtually in front of me, and just be there. In very similar, serving others and knowing that that person can feel heard and seen for that amount of time is just a beautiful blessing.
Love that. Love that. Last time you've practiced self-care, and what was that?
Today. I stayed in bed
today.
The majority of the day. I slept in. I let my husband take the grandkids to the bus. I did have a to-do list. I did the 3 priority things, and the rest of the day, I just kind of listened to a podcast and relaxed all day. So
sleep in. That'll do it. Okay. Good. I like that. Okay. Melissa.
First, I'd like to take a note from your book because I need to do that more often. So thank you. I'm going to hold on to that.
Yes. Yeah.
Going to the gym is where I release my energy. And so I was able to do that today, and that felt really wonderful.
Okay. And do we have a particular favorite?
Ooh, there's this one instructor. I did this heated bar class. I don't stay in the poses as long as she thinks I do, but
Heated bar kicks my butt alone. So you hot?
I mean,
and you got the bands and all the things going. Okay, all right, carry on.
Your muscles move a little better when it's heated. Do you feel like that, Melissa?
Robin, when you come to Chicago, we're going to go together.
Okay. I'm not afraid. It's just hot yoga, hot Pilates, hot spin. That was at Hot Works. Went to Hot Works. Went to Hot Works. And I was like, it was 15 minutes spin class. And I was like, I normally can hang an hour. I said, this is different. It was a good workout. I was drenched, but we're making everything hot. I did it, but I was like, okay, so now you didn't say hot bar, literally. Okay, got it. So guys, self-care, go to a hot class per Dr. MF coaching. Please go to a hey. All right. So one of my last questions for both of you, my coaches, the Coaches Corner. I would like for you both to finish this sentence. This season of my life is all about what? This is all about, getting a drum roll too. Ready.
Changes. I have a lot of changes in like our family structure and people locating and changing of roles. So this season is
Mhm.
a lot of changes.
Okay. All right. Melissa.
For me, it is the season of discovering my authenticity.
Okay. Come on, authenticity. I see it already. I hope everybody watching see it. They better watching now, watching replay, child. Y'all better see her authenticity.
You know what, Robin? You bring it out. Like your energy is so wonderful. I want to just like bring it out. Well, thank you.
Thank you. Try. Do that can. Well, ladies, as we close out, I'm very grateful that you guys took the opportunity to come and be with me today. I know something you said struck someone. Someone resonated with that today. Let everyone know if they want to know more. They want to know offline. They want to know more about Dr. MF. How can they follow you and reach you? Whoever wants to go first, let them know how you can be reached. Nakia.
My website is Dr. Oh, sorry.
I was saying whoever.
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook under the Wildflower Coach, and also Wildflower Lifestyle Coaching on YouTube. And also, I have a business page, and I'm the Wildflower Coach on TikTok.
Yes. Okay. Melissa.
drmfcoaching.com.
All righty. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for being with me today. I love everything that you're doing. Continue to do what you do. I just want to give you guys your flowers, both of you. And I know great things are to come in this last quarter of the year into next year. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us, and thank you for being in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, all right. Everybody give the ladies some claps in the chat. Hope what they said inspired you. Reach out to those ladies so you can learn more about them. All right. So we're going to spice it up a bit. We're going to bring a man on. Man, not just playing. He's pretty cool, man. And then when you find out what he's doing, even more cooler. So his name is Kevin Pittman, is the founder of Gentleman Mentoring Group, a nonprofit organization dedicated to guiding and empowering young boys, teens, ages 5 to 18. Originally from Midland, Texas, he is a proud graduate of University of North Texas and brings nearly 25 years of hands-on mentoring experience to his work. His mission is rooted in cultivating wisdom, character, and confidence in the next generation, which is very important. Beyond mentoring, he is a professional musician and music producer who has toured internationally. He serves as the worship director at his church, where he combines passion for music to inspire and uplift others. And began in 2013 at the Family Place, a shelter for families by domestic violence, where he first discovered his calling to make a difference in the lives of young men. He is married to the fabulous for the past 2 years and continues to live out his purpose with faith, love, and community, pouring into others, both off and on the stage. Give him some hand claps in the chat. Fresh from vacation, Kevin Pittman.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hey, KP, how are you? welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, tell everyone a little bit more about Gentleman Mentoring Group.
Yes, definitely. So we are a faith-based group where we want to guide young men, young boys, navigating them through life's challenges, just instilling different values, building their character, and fostering growth. We want them to reach their full potential, become gentlemen of purpose, just in a supportive environment that we offer.
Absolutely. So, what did you see in young men prior that really struck you to say, hey, let's start this foundation?
Well, even so, I've started when I started. I actually used to always work with kids, and I started actually working at a domestic violence shelter and didn't know what it was. At first, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I knew I enjoyed kids and just seeing them go from shelter to shelter. And then a lot of them did not have a male role model or positive influence in their lives. And so it really struck me. And then I thought about, well, what about the kids who are fortunate not to be in a domestic violence shelter, but they need that mentoring. Research studies show that nearly 40% of young boys in the U.S. They're without a mentor or positive role model in their lives, and so it just struck me to really want to step up and be a part and be able to fill those voids and gaps.
Love it. So, how long has the program been around as a whole?
So we have been around for about a year. Now, a lot of us, even my team, we have been mentoring for years, but this is official about a year. So we've been very steady and very busy, just working with students and just helping them.
Now, do the students have to be specifically in DFW? How does that work? If someone may be watching right now that may have a young boy, like I have an almost 16-year-old, that may have a young man around the ages that you kind of serve. How does
Right.
that
We're
work?
we're based in the DFW, but we do offer Zoom, and that's what we're mainly heavily doing right now. So it's definitely open to out of state, and the ultimate goal and vision is to be able to um, do those in person by having different avenues of different partnerships, and um, we want the company to go further just to be able to reach as many as we can.
Awesome. I remember us talking about it, and I was like, more people need to know about this organization, what you're doing, um, because it is very much needed. So, what are some of the things that you and your team kind of help with the young men?
Well, so our goal is really to ensure that we develop crucial academic and life skills. We definitely want to provide exposure to new opportunities, different resources. We are um, we are curriculum based and also faith based. But our definite thing is to definitely build their character. We want them to be comfortable in who they are and
Yeah.
embrace their purpose. We just want to definitely guide them through life challenges. It's definitely a difficult um, era right now that's going on. Just even you know what they're brought up in with with social media, and there's nothing wrong with social media. I love it, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's too consumed, and they really need that help and that guidance that we definitely love to offer and just really build them up and help them.
What are some challenges today, the teenagers today, even the elementary school kids? What are you kind of seeing today besides social media? What are some of those challenges that you see right now with the young
I,
men?
I see a lot of probably self-confidence, lack self-esteem. That's a lot what I've been seeing, especially with the younger kids, and it's just um, we want to prepare their mind and our heart and build their character to let them know, hey man, you are important. You are here. You're somebody, um, and that can be tough in this society right now, when not only somebody in person can tell you that you're not good enough, but you're having to compare on social media and stuff like that. So it's really the self confidence and self esteem.
Yes, that's so true. Social media, it just the comparison of it all,
Yeah.
just be you. God made you,
Yes.
unique for a reason. So
And he made you
it's
great.
interesting that how social media influences
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So where do you see forecasting for you today? Where do you see this program going
Well,
in
um,
2026?
in 2026, I do feel we'll be going in our phase two more, which is going into facilities. Our phase one is really
Okay.
our one-on-one mentorings and just which we'll always still do. But phase two, I do see us going into different organizations, different facilities, whether it's schools, organizations, and providing a mentorship program to those schools.
Love that. Love that. How long would that be? I wonder, like the mentor piece of it all.
Say that one
Is
more
that
time.
kind of how long does that process would that process be? Is that kind of just within the school year piece of it all for the
That
mentoring, or is it
it will probably be breaking up sessions, whether that's 12-week sessions or by semester, or I think those are the things that we're figuring out. Because one thing I've learned, trying to figure out what works, and for you,
yes.
for what you're trying to do, because you want to make it the best and the most effective. Because our number one thing is we're for the kids, and so we need to make sure if whatever schedule it works best, and and always be room have leave that room to be flexible. But I'm looking at more of whether it's sessions, creating. I normally do create the curriculum, so creating whether it's a 12-week curriculum or 9 weeks or
Yeah.
3 months, whatever it is. Um, it is by trial and error, but it's trying to see what works best for the kids, because we definitely want to keep their attention and we want it to be effective. We don't want to just be there, but we want to really embrace what we're doing and really support them.
Okay. What is something right now? Need the sound effects is going to come at some point. You need for
I
the
hear 'em. I
program
hear
to
'em.
keep it.
I hear 'em. Go ahead.
What is something right now that you need for the mentoring program right now?
I would say honestly, it does take support. And the reason why,
Mhm.
and when I say support, from volunteers, mentors, and finances, and the reason why is because there are so many things that I've learned doing this position that I want to do that I know is effective, and sometimes that does take money. There's things that we want to do for the kids,
Yeah.
whether it's taking them on trips, taking them to games and stuff like that. So we want to be able to provide those opportunities. I went to the Cowboys game, first ever Cowboys game that I've ever been to, and the only one since then, was with students from a domestic violence shelter. And for them to have that
Wow.
opportunity was so special. And
Amazing.
for me to, and for them to look at, Mr. Kevin, this is your first Dallas Cowboys game.
Mhm.
I'm like, yes. And so to share that, um, it was just so special. And I want to be able to provide those type of opportunities.
Absolutely. Okay. I asked that for a reason. I know you're a nonprofit, so I gotta say that for the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
in the back,
For the people in the
to
back and in the
know,
front and on the
and
side.
right, so they could know, hey, nonprofit, finances, bodies. How many boys right now do you have under the program?
Man, we have probably right now, because we just got two new ones in that will start next week. Roughly, we have probably around, I think, around 7 or 8. But the number
Right now? Yeah.
fluctuates. It just depends. It's where I need it to be right now, because I
Yeah.
want to make
That's
sure I don't have to turn away a kid because we don't have the manpower. So we're always looking, training mentors and volunteers to be a part, because we want people that have a heart, not only to serve, but
Yeah.
have a heart to really teach and help the kids.
Well, I admire just the Lord tapping you on that shoulder. I like to call it the God two-finger tap. He tapped you on the shoulder and was like, hey, this, you are called to go and do this. And you actually was obedient and you actually went and did it. And so you started this program. And I know even from years to come, it is going to transform so many lives. And I know that you're going to get those testimonials, Mr. KP or whoever changed my life or transformed my life. I know you're going to get those conversations or to come for this program. I know you've probably had them previously with the other domestic violence shelter. So I just, kudos to you just for, starting this program. And I want you guys to make sure that you follow him, reach out. If you're in the DFW area, especially men's, he needs more men to
Yes.
help, volunteer, financial, all the things. I'm gonna say it for you, Kevin. Let everybody know how they can follow you, reach you, all the things. Good.
So you can either go to our website at gentlemanmentoring.org, and you can follow us on IG, which is the THE _ Gent Mint Group, or just type in Gentleman Mentoring Group, and that it'll come up. And that's how you can reach us.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Kevin. And
Thank you for having me.
God bless you and everything you have going with this program. I know the donors, all the things, more of that to come, So
Well,
very,
thank you for
very,
having
very
me.
proud of you. Yeah, absolutely. And hope to see you again soon. And of course, I'm gonna get with you offline because I got more questions, but we ain't got time to fully go through all 50 million of those at the moment about your program. How many more people we can get you in front of?
Okay.
So
can I shout
more to
out? Let me
come
shout
there.
out a special shout out to my wife. She's on here. Hey
Gina.
boo, I'll be home a little bit, babe.
Yes. Well, take care and we will chat soon. Thank you again so much for being on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Y'all give Kevin some claps in the chat. Make sure you support what he is doing. He is doing amazing things for these young men at a very pivotal age. So make sure that you follow him, reach out. Again, men with a Z at the end. Please make sure if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, reach out to Kevin, see what he need help with, child. Go be with the boys. Go be a good influence on the boys. They will remember and thank you later for that influence and for that guidance at that age. Those teenage years especially. All right. Closing us out is the amazingly fabulous Sierra Evans. She is a multifaceted, creative, licensed realtor, Airbnb superhost, and passionate advocate based in Dallas, Texas. As a proud veteran child, Sierra draws strength and discipline from her military, transform her personal journey into one that uplifts and empowers others. Her work is guided by faith, storytelling, and resilience, values that shine through every project she touches. She proudly serves on the board of She Vets It, an organization devoted to supporting and celebrating women veterans and their families. Beyond her professional roles, she is the visionary force behind several passion projects, including a podcast, beauty and wellness initiatives, community events designed to foster healing and connection and empowerment. She embodies authenticity, compassion, and vision in every space that she enters. Ladies and gents, gents and ladies, Sierra Evans. Whenever she come up.
Hi.
There she is. Hi, Sierra.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Let me tell you guys real quick before Sierra open her mouth. The power of community and the power of being in rooms. So Sierra came to what I'm about to have here in a couple weeks. Keys to Connections, Real Estate Mixer, had it here in Plano, Texas. Sierra didn't know nobody in the room. Guess what? Sierra signed up and she came and she came not really knowing anybody to walking out, making some connections, me being one of them. So I am very grateful to have met you. We got to talk a little bit.
Yes.
I love that you're faith-based, and we got to chat a little bit about that at the table. But just your amazing spirit, just listening to you, just talk about all the things and telling me that you're going into this venture of real estate and being a realtor, and so just very grateful that you're here. So that's
Thank
it.
you.
And give you your flowers too right here.
Thank you. I appreciate
So,
it.
absolutely. So tell everyone about the journey of going into the real estate and into Airbnbs and all of that. Talk about that journey of getting started and where you are today.
Yeah, so originally getting into real estate, I was actually an asset preservation coordinator. So I was working with a mortgage company and dealing with foreclosures. Um, and that was really
Same.
tough for me. Yeah, it was really tough for me just because you never want to take someone's home from them. You never want to experience the impact of foreclosure. It's not a good thing. So I ended
No.
up getting out of that and I got into leasing. And I did that for a little bit and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my Airbnb. And it's something that God just kind of ordained, to be honest with you, because
Okay.
originally I was actually going to move into the property and I didn't even like really think like it wasn't even anything that I really thought of, but it came as I was, signing my lease and everything. They basically gave me the rights to short-term lease it. And I was like, hmm, I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and venture out and just see how it goes. And so it was really a successful moment and a pivot in my life of how impactful real estate really could be. And so I ended up being
Mhm.
super host and I really just enjoyed hospitality and just making people feel at home because a lot of the people were, businesses, like businessmen, families, people coming into for the holidays to visit their family. So I would decorate it for like holidays and just, just personal touches. And so that made me actually want to get into real estate. So it's been a journey, but I am a licensed realtor here in Texas, and it's been going almost it's been going almost on a year now.
Okay.
So it's definitely had its challenges and its ups and downs, but I know that whatever God puts me in, He's gonna get me through it. So I'm just blessed
Yeah.
and happy to have this experience and just really going through the things of real estate because sometimes people look at it and think, oh, as soon as you get your license you're selling a house. It's not, oh, it doesn't work
Yeah.
like that
It's like,
sometimes.
no.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't work like that, so it's definitely hard work and lots of faith, honestly.
I bet. So talk about what a super host is. I've done the Airbnb thing, for
Hmm.
whatever, and um you'll see one that says super host. And you're like, what's a super host?
Hmm. So pretty much a super host is you have gotten pretty much 5 stars. You have every single person that has reviewed your property has given you a great review. And once you,
Mhm.
I don't really know how many you need to have, but once you hit a certain capacity, you get that super host status. And it's really nice because one, it just shows the worth and the value of your property, but also just says a lot about who you are as a host and as a person. And so I definitely
Mhm.
didn't take that lightly, and it definitely made me want to continue to just pour more and more into it.
Like to say, hey, I'm going to get an Airbnb, start doing the short-term leasing, blah, blah, blah. That process, somebody may be watching right now and they may be considering being a host for Airbnb.
Well, I will say that it just depends on really the city. It's definitely you want to do a lot of research because I've known people who would start a Airbnb and it gets shut down because that's not permitted in the city. So you definitely want to do a lot of research
Gotcha.
city wise. And then also you want to see as well what just really works best for you in regards to property wise. And just again doing a lot of market research and seeing, okay, what Airbnbs are in the area and how can I stand out?
Absolutely. And you're doing just that, super host. Miss Super Host. I love it. So with the real estate piece of um you just work mostly DFW. Is it residential? Is it commercial?
Yeah,
Who do you
so
work
I
with?
Yeah, so I'm actually in the DFW area, so I'm willing to work all around. I am located more in North Texas, so Frisco, Prosper,
Mhm.
that's kind of where I reside, but I'm definitely willing to go, anywhere in the DFW area. I do work residential. My niche is more first home buyers as well as veterans.
Love that. So that was good. You just led me into my next question. So it's the person who is watching right now,
hmm
they are either a home buyer or veteran. What are some tips that you can prepare them for right now, especially with this market,
I
to
would
prepare
say, oh,
themselves to be homeowner? No,
yeah.
you're good.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So I would say definitely first things first, finances. You want to make sure that your finances are in order, not only to get an approval, but I think the worst thing you could ever do is get a home that you're truly not. You don't want to go house poor, you don't
House
want
poor.
to, yeah, you
Mhm.
don't want to get something that yes, like on paper you can afford it, but and realistically, is this something that you can afford? But then also you want to know what like your wants and your needs and what are going to be what's going to be the most important things that you want, because ultimately everything you're going to have to, figure out, okay, what's going to be more important, because everything that you want and everything that you need, you might not find that ultimately in one place. So I think just, figuring out your top three of what you want, finances, and really just seeing what area is really something that you really want to be located in. Because I feel like, especially now with the DFW growing, and just in general, I think that it's important to know where you want to, plant your roots at.
And here in DFW, you're definitely gonna have to probably drive a little further to get the house you want.
For sure, for
Everything is
sure.
today. You're gonna have to drive to those cities. Oh, serious. I remember when I was looking, my realtor was giving me these small, and I'm like, "Where's that?" you know. And now some of those
Yeah.
small towns today are very popular today.
hmm
Especially up your way.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation
Oh, I know.
up north, girl. So friends as well. I know quite a few people that are veterans. They're considering buying a home,
Mhm.
chat more about the VA process, the VA loan process, if someone is watching right now and they may be considering buying.
Yeah, so for the VA loan, um, so basically it is a veterans affair loan. And pretty much with the
Right.
process, you definitely, one, it is, you don't have to put down any money on your closing costs. And it's pretty, I would say, a pretty easy process. It's definitely something though that you would
Mhm.
want to go through your mortgage, your lender, where they can kind of just
Mhm.
give you more detail. I feel like they're very much, you want to find someone that can give you that's experienced with the VA loan and that's going to give you the best information possible. Because I feel like your lender can, make or break you, right? If they don't do it right
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be, you definitely want to make sure that you know someone that is definitely very educated when it comes to that because depending on how you decide you want to use your VA loan, there are some exclusions. So I would definitely say finding the best lender would be most appropriate, especially when it comes down to the VA loan.
And how can people get in touch with you that are considering buying a home or even selling a home here in DFW and they want to connect with you?
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram at Sierra in Real Estate, or you can go on my website, sierrainrealestate.com, and click the Let's Connect, and you can put down all your information, and we can schedule a time to have a consultation.
Love that. Love that. So you guys make sure that you connect with the DFW area. So if you're looking to buy a home or sell your existing one, please make sure you reach out to her. She is very knowledgeable and she's gonna get you ready and get you right. With especially with this lovely, lovely market. So what are some top areas here in DFW that are hot spots that people are buying right now? What are some hot spots?
Hmm. I will say, you know, Frisco, Prosper, Salina, Aubrey. I would say definitely more of like the outskirts. I feel like just because of how, like I said, DFW has been growing and there's just been a lot of congestion. So I feel like a lot of people are going out to the outskirts.
Mhm.
So, Salina is very much developing very fast. The DNT is pretty much, leading up to Salina, so you can definitely travel easy to Dallas. So I would definitely say those surrounding areas are definitely
The
growing
northern
and
sector.
definitely, yeah. And in Salina too, you can find a lot more, especially if you're looking for more land. That's definitely a place where
Yeah.
people are, planting their roots and getting a little bit more bang for their buck.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being with us tonight,
Yes.
giving us some gems and some knowledge, for
Thank
those that
you.
are looking to, get into a home. Please make sure that you connect with Sierra. And we have you posted as well, even though she just told you, but still, we have posted. So for joining us tonight for episode 98 of the Mamapreneur podcast. I hope that you got lots of gems and notes from tonight's episode alone. Hope you're inspired and encouraged. We got Kevin over here, just empowering these young men. And then we had the coaches corner with the coaches. And then rounding us out, getting your real estate life together, super host Sierra Evans. And we hope that you guys tune in the next few weeks as I get to interview more amazing women in business from all over the world. You guys have a blessed night. Good night.